Liam, as 0-0s go, that was amongst one of the best, I imagine.
Yeah, I thought it was a terrific advert for League One football. Might not have had the goals, but when you look at the game, I thought it had a bit of everything. To be fair, I thought, we credit to the guys. How hard they worked, how they competed, the intensity they showed. I thought it was a real tough game. Ipswich are a good side. Kieran's done a good job in terms of getting them set up and organised like they are. And like I said, I thought the guys had to and showed a bit of everything today. We pressed well, we blocked well when we had to. We built well at times, we went along well at times. It was a really tough game, I thought.
Just lacking that goal, and at both ends of each half, Scott Twine had opportunities and saw the goalkeeper in top form.
Yeah, it was the final bit, wasn't it? I think whether it be the quality of the final touch, the final pass, the decision, is that final bit. But I think I have to say we didn't give them too many chances either. I think they had the 1 second half off the set piece, but in open play I don't remember too many chances. Twiney came close at the end. Hiram had a half decent chance as well, so it was one of those. It wasn't like I say. I think it's a really good point for us.
Both sides contributed to that, but I think certainly from the chances perspective, you'll feel your side had more, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably just shaded it. I'd say, yeah. I think when you look at Twiney's, when you look at the areas we got into first half, I thought we maybe shaded it, but I think it was such a close game. It's not one where you're going away from the game going, we should have won. I think it's like I say, it's a really hard, well-earned point.
Defensively, looked pretty sound.
Yeah, and I think that has to be the basis for us. I think we being hard to beat. I think the lads epitomised everything we want in our culture today for me, and it was real honesty. It was hard work. It was we fought, we scrapped. We showed bravery to play at times against a good press. I thought when I look at the group, it epitomises what this club needs to have culturally.
You threw a couple of the new guys in on Tuesday night, brought them back out today. Was that kind of pre-planned?
Yeah, I think we're going to need everybody. I think when you see today was such a tough game physically. I think we have to make sure that we prioritise what the team needs. I think that's the first thing when we obviously make decisions around what team we put out is what do we need to be successful in that game. And yeah, of course we look ahead as well, and we are constantly assessing and analysing the players where they're at, and we have to make decisions on can people sustain an optimal level of performance, and that means changing it at times. It also means style of game will change it at times. I think there's a huge amount of work that goes into picking the starting lineup.
Matt O'Reilly left, obviously there's a lot of happiness from the fans from their point of view, and as much as happy he went on, but worried that he wouldn't be replaced. And although Conor Coventry is not a direct replacement, he seems to be settling in really well.
Yeah, obviously I've known Conor a long time. I knew exactly what we'd get from him, and I think when you see it today, if it's a footballing game, he can play in that. If it's a physical battle like Wickham away second half, he can play in that. So again, it's not about comparing players. I think what we've done is brought in someone that's really settled in quickly and added to the team here.
You've got a week now, a bit of time before two away games, obviously, so some time to get on the training field.
Yeah, it's a really important week for us. I think we're off the back of a real heavy period, so I think rest is equally as important as work at this stage of the season. So we need to make sure we rest the lads, we give them the right recovery, and then we'll be in working this week and getting ready for next weekend.
5 points out of the week. You'd have taken that at the start.
Yeah, of course. It caught me off guard with a number of points. For me, it's just looking at each game. I think, it's a massive point for us today in terms of the form they're on, the run they're on, where we're at as a group. But I think you have to look at the size of the club and the size of the budget they have. When you look at it from that perspective, our guys have done a terrific job, and rightly so. We've got some really talented players, and we're really strong as a group. I think that we showed that today as a collective to go and fight and scrap and do what we needed to come out with a point.
Completely different to the draw in the week, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot more enjoyable to watch, right? I think, it's been a good week. I think when you look at it, it's the journey, the travelling. It takes a lot out of lads as well. You sometimes forget that, but heavy pitch, long trip, tough game, and then getting ready to go again today. I thought the lads were outstanding.
As Paul alluded to there, your side were probably the better attacking side, but it's probably your defenders who stood out the most for me this afternoon.
Yeah, probably on both sides. I thought, theirs as well. I think when you look at it, I thought both teams are really difficult to beat. I thought defences were, and it's not not just highlighting the back three. I think that's the one we've spoken a lot about. When you look at it, we defend from the front as well. Everybody defends, everybody attacks, and I think that's a really important bit. You can't carry anybody, and yeah, from the back players to the front players. And, I thought we did that today.
Unbeaten in 5 games now. Must be nice getting at least a point on the board, especially when other teams are either earning the same amount or dropping points around you.
Yeah, the momentum we've spoken a bit about is important, right? I think it's making sure that we continue that momentum, and yeah, I think going out and being hard to beat is always a really good starting point. And like I say, if you do that, you give yourself a chance of picking up points, and we did that today.
November 27th and the 4-0 victory against Morecambe was the last time your team's been in a game that was decided by more than a single goal. It just shows how difficult this level really is, and it must be pleasing to still be picking up such good results.
Yeah, and I talk about it a lot, but credit has to go to the players and the staff for the work they do. But I think there was a lot early on, if you look when we first joined, in terms of scoring lots of goals, but also giving up lots of chances and giving up lots of goals. And when you look at the progress the group's made out of possession, we've got a really good platform going into games now that we don't give up too many chances, we don't give too much away from that perspective, and that when you do that, you've always then got the opportunity to get something from games.
Conor, Wickham was your first sub on today against his former club, of course. How would you think he did in his performance?
Yeah, I was pleased with Conor. I thought he gives us a different type of outlet. I thought he came on, he caused some problems, and won quite a few free kicks. So I think that's the bit. It's not always what you do in open play. It's them bits where actually you give the team a bit of a breather, and you make us meters by winning those free kicks. He used his body well, pinned people. I thought he had a real positive impact for us today.
You of course got the personal accolade that was the Manager of the Month award yesterday. We're very keen to praise the players and your backup staff for helping achieving those goals. Do you think you saw more today that demonstrates the qualities that are going to be needed for the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I think I spoke to the players before, and I don't want us to focus on the end of the season. I want us to focus week by week and enjoy the journey a little bit. I think that's the credit to the group. They've worked really hard to get us in a good spot, and I think it's not getting too high, not getting too low, not getting carried away with ourselves, turning up week in, week out like we did today, and doing what's required. And that always starts with earning the right to play. And I have to say, I thought the first 20 minutes we played some really good stuff, and even the last 5 minutes of the first half we got back on top. And that's why I just really enjoyed the game from that perspective. I honestly thought it had a bit of everything from a physical, a psychological, a tactical perspective.
It felt like at times Ipswich wanted to do quite a lot of work with the ball themselves. Obviously, MK Dons like to play with the ball as well. So was it quite an interesting game to try and get the supremacy of having most of the ball?
Say that again, sorry. Yeah.
I may have said that too quickly. There was a long period where it felt like Ipswich were trying to play, similar to MK Dons, a lot of possession-based football. Was it quite an interesting tactical battle to see who could get the more of it?
Yeah, no, definitely. They've got some good players, and credit to Kieran, he's done a really good job in setting them up. And it was a tough game. So actually, that from a tactical perspective, I thought we made a. I thought we some geezer shouting out there. I wonder what's going on.
It's been a while since we've had one on that.
Yeah, hey, he's had a good time. He's had a good time, the lad. I think look, I thought tactically it was a really good game. I thought that in terms of from the sideline for us as staff, it was especially the second half they started to get on top, and we obviously changed and went to 3 in the middle, which I thought shifted it back to us in terms of the momentum. And then when they changed and went 2 up again, I thought the lads in terms of adapting and problem solving was really good. So I thought that's why let's say it again. I thought it was a good game from that perspective, from a coaching perspective. That it was like I say, tactically, how do we stay on top? How do we get on top? How do we shift momentum? And then physically, how do we get the lads through the game? And like I say, I really enjoyed the game.